Hello students, welcome back to Savan Science Academy in a brand new lecture of 11th Biology chapter Kingdom Plantae. So today we will start with the two types of bryophytes. We have seen the general information about the bryophytes, what is the habitat, what their body structure look like and how do they reproduce. So we'll see one of its category, that is liverworts today. So again we'll start with the habitat first. So habitat wise, again as we all know, these are amphibians of the plant kingdom, means they generally grow on land, but where there is abundance of water or moisture in that case. So here we can see they are found on banks of water bodies, then moist soil, then damp places generally, then deep in woods. So generally these grow in these moist and damp regions. Again, these are shade loving plants rather. So these are also shade loving plants, mostly cool climate, cool, humid and moist climate. Generally this is the main habitat for the liverworts. Okay, we'll see one example of this and we'll study its what is the body, how the structure look like and how do they reproduce and all. So one example of liverwort is Marchantia. Okay, it is Marchantia. So this is an example that you need to learn. Okay, all for your entrances and all. Whenever they want to ask you something about liverworts, they will give you this example instead of the name of the plant. You can say division. So Marchantia is one of it. So this is again a green gametophyte. Okay, again the dominant phase of this plant is the gametophyte, green gametophyte. Marchantia, it is actually dioecious. Now what is dioecious? Dioecious means you will have two different plant bodies, say leaf-like structures, two leaf-like structures also. So suppose this is one of it. So it looks somewhat like this. It's a somewhat leaf-like structure, folded leaf-like structure, which you will find it over here like this. So this is, now when we mean by dioecious, that means male and female plant. They are on two different plant bodies. Rather male gametophyte and female gametophyte develop on two different plant bodies. So suppose this is say female and male. So let us draw one more. So this is another Marchantia. So this I am drawing as a female. Okay. Now in this, let's see. So as I said, they are green gametophyte, dioecious plant. It's a dioecious plant, that is male and female. They are different. Then the plant has a thallus body. Thallus body, we already know what do you mean by thallus. Thallus means the plant body cannot be differentiated into root, stems and leaves, but have root-like structures. Now इनमें root-like structures कौन से हैं? So that are rhizoids, and the uniqueness of rhizoids of liverworts कि they are unicellular rhizoids. So mark this. This is an important MCQ that can be asked. So if suppose this is the single row of cell of the plant, suppose this is the, so from that cells you will get unicellular rhizoids. So these are unicellular rhizoids from which it attaches to the substratum. So this is the substratum. So these rhizoids penetrate and it gets attached to that substratum. It is a root-like structure. Then stem like and leaf like structures they bear. So this is that leaf like structure. Then they are attached to substratum, okay, with the help of rhizoids. So they are attached with the help of, similarly over here also you will find unicellular rhizoids which grow from the base, and they are generally they are very closely attached to the substratum. Obviously these are ventrally flattened, मतलब सादी भाषा में चपटे, डॉर्सिवेंट्रली फ्लैटेंड बॉडी, प्लांट बॉडी तुम्हें इनकी मिलती है. सो दे डोंट ग्रो वर्टिकल, ज्यादातर दे ग्रो हॉरिजॉन्टली अलोंग द सॉइल. So that's why they spread along the soil. So they are dorsoventrally flattened plant body. So if you look over here, so this is the male thallus, we can say, of Marchantia, and this is the female thallus of the female Marchantia plant. So this is actually the gametophyte stage. Why? Because the gametes are formed on this. Now as I mentioned, it is dioecious. In some other liverworts, they might be monoecious also, that is both the male and female gametes are formed on the same plant body. So but Marchantia is dioecious, ये याद रखना है. अब let's see female और male. तो just near the rhizoids you will find structures known as gemmicups. So these are meant for asexual reproduction. Similarly, male thallus will form those male gemmicups, and from those they will what you can say, gemmi are produced, which will lead to formation of again a male thallus body. And similarly a female also has its own gemmicups which are near the base. Over here you can see. So from here also these are gemmicups. So these are gemmicups, and what they release is gemmi. Okay, so this is gemmicups which release gemmis, which are like asexual buds. So this is the plant body. So you can note down this. I'll just then I'll rub out this and then explain the reproductive part. So just take a quick recap. Habitat: all the moist, damp places which are present. Generally they are located over there where there is abundance of water. As we know, bryophytes require water for sexual reproduction. So that is the habitat. The example which they have given is Marchantia. What are the points to remember? It's a green gametophyte, means the plant body is a green haploid. I can add one more word over here. Green haploid dioecious plant. Haploid means obviously n number of chromosomes उसमें मिलेंगे. So dioecious plant, female plant, male plant is different. Generally plant has a thallus body, that means it is not differentiated into leaf, but it has root-like structure known as rhizoids, which are unicellular. This is an important entrance question. Then they have leaf-like structures and stem-like structures attached to the substratum. So this body, thallus body, is attached to the substratum. One more thing, it also bears small leaf-like, the stem-like structure bears small leaf-like structures. Okay, they also bear leaf-like structures on that structure. So the stem over there, stem-like structure, also bears small leaf-like structures attached to it. And suppose if this is which I will be drawing shortly. So suppose this is the archigoniophore. Okay, so you will find small leaf-like structures growing over there. Okay, so this is the case. So leaf-like structures attached, and leaf-like structures, and it is attached to the substratum. And last, it is dorsoventrally flattened structure. So the plant body grows along the soil, okay, with the soil. So it is not vertical, it is moreover chapta, we can say dorsoventrally, and it spreads uniformly in the region. So this is Marchantia. So let's have a look of the sexual reproduction and the modes of reproduction. So basically we know there are two modes of reproduction. Liverworts. Okay, liverworts also show two types, basic two types of modes of reproduction. So one is the asexual mode, one is the asexual mode where it shows two forms. One is by fragmentation. As we all know, if this plant body, if I make say fragments of these and if I put them again in the moist soil, again they can germinate back into the entire plant body. So that is fragmentation, we all know this. And a new method of asexual reproduction is formation of gemmi. तो स्पोर्स जैसे होते हैं ये डिफरेंट है, सेंटर में सेल्स होंगे एंड दे आर कवर्ड विद a protective layer, so that is known as a gemmi. So generally those gemmis are formed in these gemmi cups present on the respective plant body, and when these gemmis are when these gemmi cups drop off, these gemmi come out and they germinate into the new plant body, directly into the gametophyte. So this is the second mode of reproduction. Male plant will produce male gemmi cups, that is, it will lead to formation of male thallus, and female plant body also has gemmi cup, which will lead to formation of female plant body directly. Now the sexual mode of reproduction, as I mentioned, this is a dioecious plant. So female thallus will produce what you can say, an upright branch known as archigoniophore. So the branch which bears the gametes, and the organ, sex organ, so that is archigoniophore, where you will find the archigonia is located on that, within which we will find the female the female gamete. Okay. Now here you can see it is more distinctly seen, archigonium. You can see the structure is almost like a flower-like, but it looks like a flower-like. So it's a very distinctive and a unique structure. It has a definite structure to it. Whereas on the contrary, male thallus will produce antherdiophore, the branch which bears the male sex organ. So antherdiophore, the branch which bears the male sex organ, and archigoniophore means the branch which bears the female sex organs. So here you can see in case of male, the antherdiophore bears an antherdia, which is little bit messy. You can say it doesn't have any proper structure, so it is irregular shape, and this is somewhat definite shape. So that's a difference where you can make of the female thallus and the male thallus. Okay. So it will lead to formation of the two sex organs, okay, antherdia and archigonium. So antherdia, archigonium, so they will produce the gametes, and with the help of what are these gametes will meet, so they will produce haploid gametes, that is anthrozoids. So they will produce male gametes, anthrozoids. They will produce female gamete, which is egg cell. Okay, they will produce egg cell, and egg cell and antherdia will meet to form zygote. Now this zygote, obviously we know it is diploid. It will undergo mitosis to form sporophyte. It will form the sporophyte, which is like a parasite on the gametophyte. Means this sporophyte grows on this very gametophyte. It grows over here, and then it bears three things, that is foot, septa and capsule. So it will bear, so this is a sporophyte. Suppose if it germinates over, it falls over here, so it will germinate over here and it will have a capsule like structure. So it will have foot, but it is dependent on gametophyte. So the sporophyte is nourished by the gametophyte. So this gametophyte only nourishes this, and then it bears a capsule like structure, which obviously bears what? Spore mother cells, which will bear spore mother cells, which will undergo meiosis and to form spores, and spores will form the gametophyte. Spores will form the gametophyte, and the cycle repeats. So this gametophyte will produce these two. So this is the cycle. The gametophyte will produce Antheridia archegonium. They will produce anthrozoids and egg cells, which will fuse to form zygote. Zygote will form the sporophyte. Sporophyte develops on the plant itself, which has a foot and a septa and a, what you can say, the capsule. Capsule will bear spore mother cells, which will which go under meiosis to form spores. Spores से वापस gametophyte बनेगा, which is haploid, the main plant body, and again this cycle continues. So this is alternation of generation, where again you can see the haplontic life cycle is dominant, because the major part of the life cycle is spent in this. For a very short span, this sporophyte and this stage is lived. This is also dependent on the gametophyte. So this is green, this is non-green. So it has been continuously nourished by the gametophyte on which it is produced. When the spores gets dispersed, it will lead to formation of new gametophyte. So that's it, guys. This is all with Marchantia and Liverworts. In the next lecture, we will see mosses and their life cycle. So bye bye and take care, and please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, share it with your friends. Thank you.